Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, tonight we're going to talk about how to increase your income. Um, I would like to say in a year or less, it took me 2 years. Okay, well, roughly around 2 years. I don't remember the exact time frame, but I doubled my income in less than 2 years. But I think, knowing what I know now, that if I had to kind of do it again, I could do it in a year or less. And anybody that's new that just subscribed, thank you. All right, I keep this channel as real as I can. I don't edit. I don't mess around with music and things. I've done some of that stuff in the past. You can go look at some of my older videos. Um, but I really came on this channel to meet people, to network with like minds, and I was really just on here talking shit. Just to be just frank with you, just straight up. I was on here talking shit and people liked the shit that I was talking. Basically, I mean, plain and simple. And I said, you know what? That's what the world needs. Another bald white guy talking shit on the internet. So I've been through a lot, as many of you have, especially at my age. And we got guys, if you don't find the answer you're looking for from me, read the comments. There are so many guys my age, women. This channel is for you too. I predominantly am speaking to men. I'm a man, obviously. You know, 2024. I guess I have to say that every now and then. But I'm predominantly speaking to men. I was raised in a time to where men stayed out of women's business. Plain and simple. I can't make that any clearer. Any guy my age, around my age, knows exactly what I'm talking about. We have no business telling you what to do with your life and this and that. Now, if you ask me, I will give you an honest answer from a man's perspective. I've already had a couple messages. I got a few questions that I'm gonna have to get to at some point. You know, it's hard for me to make 2 or 3 videos a day. I try to respond to every comment, and it's getting hard. It really is. And I'm the type of person, I don't want to leave anybody hanging. I will never leave you hanging. But I just want to be honest that I'm only one person. I don't have a crew or a team behind me. It is just me talking to you guys from my desk. You're in my office right now. This is my little office section. We're sitting right here. My desk is right up under me. I sit here, I write, I take my notes. I got my laptop over here. This is not content created. This is me for my personal life. This is my office. When I'm feeling bored, when I'm feeling stagnant or sluggish or thinking that, man, I'm about to just be done, I'm done. You know, I take it back to Sam Walton's. I've told you guys about this. You know, you guys can go watch any of my older content, but I will repeat messages over and over for the newcomers. I take it back to Sam Walton. Sam Walton was the founder of Walmart. I take it back to him and his sundown rule. I don't go home until the work is finished. You guys are part of me now. You are part of my work. I enjoy coming here and talking to you, and I do not feel complete until my day is not done, until I've sat down and talked to you guys. It's part of me now. I've met within, I don't even know how long I've been doing this. My son said, me and my son have been making videos and messing around for a few months, but I've been actively doing this now for maybe a month, not even a month. I don't even think. And I've been getting engagement. The engagement that I've received is insane. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. I've already had people in the comments like, man, you need to hurry up and say that. Look, go watch something else, man. I don't care. I'm going to continue on with this. I don't want to have a YouTube channel of defending myself against people on the internet. So negative comments, man, leave it in the comment and that's fine. I don't care. You know, if you don't, just go do something else. Fast forward a little bit if that's what you want to do. But I sincerely want to thank those that have liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. The engagement that I receive, you know, let me backtrack for a second. That's one problem wrong with younger people, is that you cannot take time to listen. You need to develop, you need to open up an attention span. You need to take time to listen. Each one of you want to be rich, but you want to right now, and it's not going to happen right now. You're not going to create wealth for yourself for at least a decade, probably. You could fast track some things. And I've explained this before in my other videos, but it'll make you insane. Are you really ready for that level of insanity to allow that to come into your life to get to where you're going? Are you ready for that? Stomach ulcers, sleepless nights. Are you ready for that? depression, suicidal thoughts, so on and so on, because it will happen to you. It will happen to you. To get to where I'm trying to go at the speed I'm going, almost will make you crazy. It will almost make you crazy. You have to be a little bit crazy, and then it will enhance it. So for you younger guys that do not have an attention span to be able to sit down and just listen, I'll put it to you like this. I was at a high school, I'm going to get to the topic, but we're going to cover a few other topics. I was at a high school graduation last year, and everybody, there was a CEO got up and talked, and he gave leave in the comments below whatever the ending speech is. You know, they give the end speech. They I can't think of it. When an old alumni that's been successful comes and he gives his speech, his opening ceremonial speech to the high school graduation. Anyways, this CEO gets up there. I don't remember what company it was. It was John Deere or something. It was something prominent. It was something legit. He got up against he was a retired CEO of John Deere or Kubota or something like that, some tractor, farm all type equipment. And anyways, he's up there giving his spiel, and people are like, oh, and it was about 15-minute speech. And people were sitting around me, oh, I wish he'd hurry up and blah, blah, blah. I'm hanging on to every word. Like, what did this dude do? Because, I mean, man, if you're a hater, you're not going to make it. When I see successful people or I get the opportunity to hear them speak, anybody that's living where I want to be in life or they're at where I want to be in life, I'm listening. I'm hanging on to every word. I'm taking what I need and I'm dumping the rest. I'm taking what I need, I'm shoveling it in, I'm dumping the rest. That goes back to why I read books like this. Sam Walton's Sundown Rule. There's a lot of gems in Sam Walton's biography. There's a lot of gems in a lot of these books back here behind me. I have a lot more upstairs that reading is fundamental. It is self-education, just the wealth of knowledge. Because you're never going to get to talk to Sam Walton. He's passed on. But if you want to know his little tips, tricks, and secrets to creating a successful business and branding it, he goes all the way back to the first Walmart and so on, and how he built the fourth one and the debt that he was in and how he was making absolutely no money, but he kept shoveling it into the other Walmarts. He'd take money from one Walmart and put it in another one, or he'd pack products in the back of his truck and drive them to another one, to stock the shelves there. So one Walmart that nobody was at right now would be empty, and then the next one, you get what I'm saying? Like, he was just moving dominoes, shuffling everything around. And it bothers me. It kind of puzzles me about how people, can't pay attention anymore. And I want things fast, but things I want fast are real. They're not a guy on YouTube. I want him to speed up. So I think you guys need to work on that, you younger guys, for real. Because I've looked at the demographics and I've looked at, the analytics and everything of my YouTube channel so far, or who's viewing me. And we're age range between 25 and 45-year-old men. That's what the age range is, and they're scattered all around the world. And I love and think the world of each and every one of you, and I want to see you happy, healthy, wealthy, successful in whatever it is, whatever venture you got for life. I want to see you do it. I really do, man. So if you don't get something out of my content, look in the comments. Look in the comments below if you don't get something from what I'm saying, because there's some guys out there that, they'll eat my lunch. These guys got it together. They freaking got it. And I'm sitting there like, man, I'm trying to get to where he's at. Some of these guys 15, 20 years older than me, and I'm seeing what they're saying and what they're doing. I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about this or that. So I'm Googling, I'm researching. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go ahead and get a Series 7, things like that. Maybe I need to get into that. I know what they are, but so I think that's important. Developing a strong attention span, being able to listen, take what you need, and leave the rest. Okay, I can't say that any clearer, man. Take what you need and leave the rest. Ladies as well, feel free to ask me anything. I will do the best I can to give you all the information you want from a man's perspective. But anyways, we'll jump into this little episode of how to increase your income in 1 year or less. Took me almost 2. But I'm going to be so freaking honest with you, in case you guys wonder, that cigar is right here. I think I'm about to quit, though. I think I'm getting ready. We'll talk about that later. So how to increase your income in 1 year or less. Again, it took me almost 2, but my living situation was not where I needed it to be. And that's going to play a major factor in you increasing your income if your life is in shambles. So hopefully you're in a decent home. Your life's not horrible. You're okay. You're just not thriving. If it's in shambles, hey man, go look at some of the other content. Leave it in the comments below. If you need help, anybody will reach out to you. But if you need help as far as how to go from a negative net worth to just break back even to 0 and then start rebuilding, I don't mind going over that again or talking about any of that. I love it. Leave it in the comments below where you're at and what you need. We'll get to it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to what increased my income, I promise you, I doubled my income when I deleted social media. In 2019, I deleted social media. I got rid of the cell phone. And this is true. And there are people on this channel that know me in real life. I deleted all social media platforms. And I did not carry a cell phone with me. I deleted all social media for 4 years, and I did not have a cell phone for 2. And I know you're going to sit here and tell me that, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. I got kids, this, that. Let me tell you this. God's honest truth. My life did not change. If anything, my life got easier. Your kids will be okay. 9 times, and what I'm going to say is it's harsh, but it's real. There's nothing you can do anyway. People lived thousands and thousands and thousands of years without a cell phone, without a smartphone, without some little digital device to be able to call back home and check on their family or their children. People lived in huts, lived in caves, people lived in farmhouses, plantation homes, you name it, without being able to reach back and contact their children. Just think of a time in history, a horse can only travel 25 to 30 miles a day safely. Anything else, you're really pushing it. 25 to 30 miles a day comfortably. Just think of the nearest town from your town or the nearest city from your town. It's probably 100 miles. Just think of that. The nearest major city from where you're at is probably 100 miles-ish. It would have taken you almost 3 days to travel that. You might have done it in 2. And that's just to get to where you were going, do whatever you needed to do, and then turn around and come back if you were on horseback. You understand what I'm saying? People have traveled and lived centuries without cell phones. So when I tell people that I didn't carry a cell phone for 2 years, they look at me like I'm crazy. When I tell people that I just came back on social media January of this year, I've only been on social media since January of 2024. When I tell people that I had no platforms, no contact with the technological world for 100% 2 years, it blows their mind. And I 100% attribute that to doubling my income. Because when I deleted social media, it was like something happened to me. I don't know how to explain it to you, but my brain was bored. And I know it was from, I'm telling you the truth, I know it was from all this constant scrolling and constant fast reading that we do, the skimming that we do. Think about yourself, how much you scroll a topic and you just skim for the highlights and you move on. You're like, okay, I got the gist. Mayor Eric Adams arrested, got the gist for whatever. Sean Puff Daddy Combs arrested, whatever. And you just keep scrolling, all this useless garbage being thrown at you, just junk, just filling up your brain. And your whole freaking brain pan's just hurting. How often do you feel like you've accomplished something, but you've done absolutely nothing? You feel as if you've accomplished something today, but you've done nothing but scroll. Your eyes are tired, your brain's tired, your head's heavy. You feel tired. You feel like you've worked really hard and you've done nothing but scroll the freaking phone and the internet. When you dump this damn device, and I know somebody's going to say, oh, this guy's telling us to delete social media while on social media. I already know the stupid shit that people are going to say. When you dump this device, you will start to seek out actual information from real credible sources. When you get off the internet, when you stop playing around on social media, you have no choice but to view the world for what it really is and seek real information with your time. I picked up the dictionary just to start reading the freaking dictionary. I just went back like when I was a kid. And guys my age, you remember those days, man. You needed to know what a word meant. You got in your dictionary. You picked up a thesaurus. You picked up whatever you needed to, and you researched yourself. You flipped pages. I love books. I love the nostalgia of flipping and turning a page. The information that I get in here, if podcasts work for you, that's great. Go for it. Okay, I still, when I say deleted social media, I mean Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I didn't have TikTok and all that shit. All I've ever had was Facebook and Instagram, and I use YouTube. So when I say deleted social media, I still used YouTube, but I looked at credible sources that were where, because I was like, man, I was poor. I mean, I was dirt floor poor. And I was looking at these guys. I was looking at all these guys back here, and I'm like, and I'm riding around at work, and and I'm looking at people, and they're just rich, and I'm like, what are they doing? Because I mean, I'm working my ass off. What are these people doing? And they don't have social media. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them do, but the wealthiest people that I know do not have social media. You got your freaking anomalies out there, your Grant Cardones and your 50 Cents, and those people though are celebrities within themselves. So they have to keep their brand going. You understand? They have to keep their brand going. But the man that owns a 300 unit apartment complex in Houston, Texas that you never know of, he doesn't have social media. I mean, he might for his family and kids, but you don't know him. I know a guy that put in all the gas lines in Nashville. Do you understand? Like, his home is ridiculous. He doesn't have that crap. He's not on there. And you wouldn't think about, hey, some guy put in gas lines. I know the guy that made the magnetic strip on the debit card. So every time you swipe your card, he gets a fraction of a penny or whatever. He gets a fraction. Whatever it is, the number, I don't know. It's a point, blah, 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 blah. Every time that thing is swiped. I think he eventually sold the rights to it, but I mean, he's done for life. He has to do nothing. He lives in Western Kentucky on a big, like 200-acre farm, big old mansion, 10-bedroom house or so. It's not like crazy big, but it's probably 10 or 15 bedrooms. It's huge. He's got like 250 acres, pond, he's not on social media, man. He's got hot rods all in his garage and things like that. And I'm going to be very clear. I personally don't want those things. If I could afford them, maybe my thought process would change on that. But at this point in life, that's very far out of reach for me. I'm not being negative to myself. I just don't see myself ever wanting a 15-bedroom home. I'm just being honest with you. I don't see myself. Why? I don't see myself. Maybe if I had a family and it grew that big, but right now, as I stand as the man sitting in front of you, I don't see myself wanting that. So I'm not chasing that. I'm really not. If who knows what 20 years holds, but at this moment, I'm not chasing that. So I 100% will tell you that deleting social media doubled my income. I give all praise to that because I had no choice but to look for real world advice. I had to follow real avenues to get to where I was going to increase my income. So the first thing I did was I started personal development and self-help. And that's where it goes back to my mountaintop thinking. For those that I'm always going to preach this to you. You got big sky and you have mountaintop thinking. I prefer the mountaintop thinking because I've been an outdoorsman of some sort most of my life. Mountaintop thinking, I'm always going to teach this, in multiple videos. So for those that know it, just tune me out or listen again. Mountaintop thinking. I project myself to the top of a mountain. Whatever you're wanting to be, whatever you're thinking of. Let's just go very vague and say Millionaire Mountain. I want to be a millionaire. I project myself to the top of Millionaire Mountain. And I look back down at the path I had to take to get there. I look all the way back down this mountain to the very bottom. I'm standing at the top and I look down and I can see the grass. I can see all the rocks. I can see all the landscape. I could see the hard path, the easy path. And I look to figure out which path is it going to take for me to get there? What can I do? And I follow that path up. The first level may be I need to go back to school. Or maybe I need to get a job. I just need to get some income coming in. So my first level may be to go grab a job, any job, 15, 20 bucks an hour to get some money coming in. Okay, I'm there. I'm at my first level. My second level, I need a better job. I need another degree. I need to finish my degree. I'm there. I'm in school. I'm looking. I'm working 2 jobs now. I'm there. And you have to keep moving up these levels. You have to keep climbing that mountain. I hope I'm explaining this right for you guys, but go find a quiet place, sit down, and project yourself to the top of whatever mountain. Hopefully you have a better goal than saying, I want to be a millionaire. The more definite you can be with what you want, the likelier it is for you to achieve it. If you say you want to be a millionaire, what are you interested in? And then you can tell me, I love real estate. Then go be the best broker you can be. Who's the top broker in your community? Go be that guy and then some. Beat him. It doesn't have to be announced. It does not. Choose your freaking enemies wisely, man. It does not have to be announced. You do not have to go and create unnecessary drama for yourself. You don't have to go up to that guy, put your finger in his face, say, I'm going to beat you. You don't have to go do none of that. Don't even tell anybody, because a lot of people will think you're crazy or stupid. Your hopes and dreams are like a big ball of fire in your chest, man. You don't go speaking that shit out to people. You don't go telling people what you want or what you want to be, because they'll shit all over it. You go tell, if they're very unsupportive, they're going to shit on it. Go tell somebody you want to be a doctor. Now all they know is that you smoked weed all the time. What do you think their answer is going to be? First and foremost, obviously you got to quit smoking weed. But I mean, let's say that was passed and you've already quit that, or you used to be an alcoholic. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you that if you've had those issues, stop putting labels on yourself. Do not label yourself. Labeling yourself is horrible. Sitting down telling people, oh, I'm a recovering alcoholic, or, I used to do a lot of drugs. No. You made some mistakes in life and you're moving forward. Plain and simple. There is no more, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm 2 years sober. You don't drink. You understand? Plain and simple. You don't need an explanation to people. I don't drink. Done. Conversation over. If that person cannot respect the fact that you don't drink, then you don't need to be around them. Plain and simple. There's nothing to even discuss about this anymore. I'm at an age, and evidently you are too. I looked at the demographics and the analytics of everybody that's roughly on my page here. And 25 to 45-year-old men, you are at the age, and women too, please listen in. I'm here for you as well. Again, it's just not my place to sit here and point my finger at women and tell them what to do. Because I don't know everything about the female anatomy. I don't know everything about you, but I love you to death. You're here. Ask all the questions you want, and I'll give you the best answers I can. But plain and simple, stop labeling yourself. Stop letting people and allowing people say that you're drunk or that you're a drug addict or that you're this or you're that. First off, if you're doing those things and they're out of control or running your life, stop. Stop it today. And then stop labeling yourself. Get sober, because there's no way for you to get to where you're going under the influence of anything, drugs or alcohol. You want to smoke weed, you want to drink, that is your business, but I will outperform you every day. Every day. That's why you don't see me drinking. I might drink in the holidays and this and that, but I don't consider myself an alcoholic. I don't consider myself anything of the sort. I don't label myself. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I don't cigars. I will burn a cigar when I'm done. Do not, I can't stress that enough, label yourself. Running around telling people I'm a drunk or I'm depressed or I'm a drug addict, I'm a crackhead. No, you're not. You made some mistakes. Move forward. It's done and over with. We're not going back that way. It's like bad debt. We're not going back that way. Let's move forward, start stacking cash, right? Let's move forward, stop labeling ourselves. If the people around you can't understand that, then you've outgrown them. You've outgrown these people. If they can't understand that you no longer drink, that you no longer smoke weed, that you're no longer wasting time, then you've outgrown these people, and you're doing yourself an injustice by hanging around them, because they want to hold on to the old you because they're still drinking, they're still smoking, they're still wasting time. So this is what I learned by deleting social media. This is what I learned by tuning and tapping into myself. I had to look around my environment, and I was like, these people can't come with me. I love them to death, but my crew, my people that are going to help me grow will find me. And they are finding me right here on this platform. You should see the people reaching out to me. I'm not going to name anybody because I will forget names. And then I'll feel bad later because that's just who I am, right? I will feel bad later because like, man, I should have named them. So I'm not going to name you guys, but thank you to each and every one of you that have liked, shared, commented, and subscribed, and everybody that has really been active with me. The same way you're cheering me on, I'm cheering you on. You are my people. You are my freaking people, man, and I really thank you. Delete social media. Your family will be okay. I'll tell you the biggest saying that's disgusting about social media is, though, if you have little kids, probably, I don't know, but if you have little kids, what I realized was my son's school would not inform me of events taking place because they only posted them to social media. So I had to be informed through other parents in the neighborhood or pickups and things like that. They no longer want to mail out those flyers and letters. Most of that stuff was put through social media. So there's that. But all in all, my life did not change one bit. It got quieter. My time became my time. If I had a problem with my bank account, I had to go to my bank and correct it. With no cell phone, no social media, I had to go to my bank, and I loved it. And it reminded me of when I grew up, and now I still do that. I don't even waste my time making a phone call. I need to see face to face. I need to talk. My life got easier without a cell phone and without social media. You saw me when you saw me, and if you needed me, you had to come find me. Nobody was wasting their time. Nobody was bothering me for bullshit. If you needed me, some of you guys, leave it in the comments below. I don't know if they're going to watch or not, but some of you guys knew me in person at that time. And if you needed me, if you needed Robert Edson, you had to come find him because I had no phone, no social media. You would have to, y'all seen Robert? Just like 1995, man. You had to come find me. And I miss that. And I love it. Honestly, that's such a great way to live, and it was a great way to be, and it was so simple. Nothing in my life changed, man, and nothing in your life's going to change. It got so easy. Nothing changed. My paycheck still kept coming in. My bills kept coming. I still had to go pay things. I still did everything. I just didn't have a device in my pocket. I didn't have anybody bothering me. So I can't stress that enough, man. Get off those apps. Get off those platforms. It showed me so much, and you'll sit down and you'll view the world as it is. You'll people watch so much more. You'll see people now, when me and my son go eat dinner and things, we actually communicate. We sit there, we talk to each other. We make it a habit. I still, to this day, I practice no cell phone. I have one, but I don't carry it. If I'm running to Walmart, my son's fine. He's old enough. I'm leaving my phone at home. There is no point in me having a phone. What's anybody going to do? I don't have anybody. If I get a flat tire, most of you are like me. You're men. You're grown. If you get a flat tire, nobody's coming. You might get lucky and meet a stranger to hook you up, help you out with this or that. Your battery dies. I have a whole little tool section in my car. Anybody that knows me, I got jumper cables, the whole deal. I'm prepared for whatever. My tire goes flat. My battery's dead. It's just part of being a man. Nobody's coming to help me. People look at me. They're like, that dude's got it. When they see me, they're like, he's got it. I mean, I'm alone. I'm alone in this world. I'm one of those people. And I'm the guy that you call for help. I don't call for help. I'm the guy you call for help. That's who I am. It's who I've always been for years. Oh, man, don't worry about it. Robert's got it. Robert will fix it. That's me. And so when I got rid of the phone, people, if you really needed help, if you came to find me. And that's just the truth. So your life is not going to change. It's going to get better. It will not get worse. You have my word on that. You have my word. If it's hard for you to delete those apps, just stop carrying your phone. When you go to Applebee's in Texas Roadhouse, quit carrying your phone. When you go to Walmart to shop, don't take a phone. You don't need it. Nothing's going to happen within those 30 minutes or that hour that you're gone. And like I said, if something were to happen, what are you going to do anyway? What are you going to do? Because by the time you've been notified from whoever's notifying you, family, law enforcement, the school, whoever, whatever was going to happen already happened. You understand? If you're worried about a house fire going on, the house already caught on fire. If you're worried about anything going on, anything negative, because I know how people are and I don't want to dwell on negative things, but if your negative thoughts are taking over the fact that, oh, well, what if there's a school shooting or this or that? I understand, because we live in a crazy world. But it's already happened. And if it's that major of an event, other people are going to tell you about it really fast. Okay? So delete it and watch your life change. You have my word on that. You will seek out, like I said, you're going to seek out real information from real people, from credible sources. You're not going to be sitting there watching a Graham Stephan. I'm not sitting there saying he's a bad source, but the dude got rich from this. You understand? It's like when people tell me about their favorite actor giving them financial advice. What? Will Smith has been a millionaire since he was 18. What can he teach me? Maybe now I could listen to some things, but but seriously, you understand what I'm saying? He no longer remembers what it was like to struggle. He has an idea, but struggling at your parents' house and then becoming super rich and wealthy at 18 years old is totally different than struggling at 25 and 40, big time at 40, when you wake up like, man, I ain't got shit to eat and I'm 40 years old. You know how many times I've woke up and was like, man, ain't shit in that fridge at 30, 32. So I don't listen to people like that because they don't have the poverty mindset. They don't have that life experience that I'm needing. I don't want to hear that shit. You can't come to me and tell me about, Janet Jackson said this. Hey, I don't care if you love her music or not. You can't tell me what she said. I don't give a shit. She was born 13 years old, 15 years old when she was like 15 years old or whatever when the family became a millionaire. She does not know what it is to struggle. She's never ate Beanie Weenies or random shit in a can. You're like, man, I don't want that, but I'm hungry. This random shit in a can. I don't know. It looks like dog food. So I don't want to hear from these people. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from people like me that have been through it and are on the come up. All right. Because us right now, striking it big instantly like that is highly unlikely. It's about as probable as hitting the lottery. So get off these apps. Stop playing games with your time and dive deep. I know this video is getting long, man, but trust me, dive deep into whatever it is that you want to do. You don't necessarily have to go back to college for a lot of things. I need you to start moving in your mind as if you have no limitations, okay? That saying is on that show, but that is real. There are so many men. Matter of fact, I believe it's also in here. And Think and Grow Rich. This was wrote in the 1930s. I believe it's in there in Think and Grow Rich, to move and operate as if you have no limitations. And what that means is, I like to say, says who? When somebody says you can't do something, says who? Rules are just suggestions. And I know some asshole's going to come in the comments and say, oh yeah, well the state said this and the state said that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Move as if you have no limitations. Just do it. It's easier to beg for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Just do it. And then when the state finds out you're doing, let's say you want to build a house, secure the property. Go ahead and get the foundation set. Start building And then here comes the inspector. What are you doing? Did you get a lot? No, I didn't know I needed all that. Well, you need to go here, here, and here. Well, sir, I'm 25% done. Okay, well, go down here, here, and here, sign the papers, this and that, pay the form, this and that. All right, I'm on it. Go do what he tells you to do and push on. And there's going to be people in the comments that say, don't do this, don't do that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Move as if you have no limitations to your abilities. There are things, you need to cross your T's, dot your I's. You need to do your due diligence. It will save you a lot of time. But just start. I can't stress these things enough to you guys. Just start. Whatever you're thinking about doing, get off social media, dump the platform, seek out real information on the topic that you're interested in, and execute. Go fucking hard for yourself, man, because nobody else is. Look at your kids. Look at your wife. Look at your family. And realize that nobody is coming to save them but you. Your grandkids. And if you don't have a family, I don't have much of a family. I got my son upstairs and I got another son across the country. When you realize that nobody's coming to save you, your life, your mind, everything shifts inside of you. Real men know what I'm talking about. Grown men know what I'm talking about. Nobody's coming, man. Nobody's coming. I would love to tell you that they are, but they're not. It's sad. And I hate that for you. I hate it for myself. Shit. I would love somebody to step in that door and drop off a duffel bag full of money and say, hey, man, I got you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. It ain't happening. So you got to do it. You got to put in the work. Turn that shit off. Say goodbye to those people. When I deleted social media, nobody, man, back then I had 1,500 followers or something on Facebook, I don't know, 1,000 or something on Instagram. It wasn't nothing. None of those people came and looked for me, man. I had about 10. 3 of them I served in the Army with. I had about 10 people that actually hunted me down after a few months to check on me. None of those people came to look for me. So when you dump your bullshit social media page, your Facebook, your Instagram, and you dump that crap and get away from it, you're going to completely understand that I'm alone. Those people aren't coming. They're wrapped up in their own little world doing their own little crap. And that's where you dive deep into whatever it is that you want to be. You want to be a real estate broker? Dive deep. Start studying. Go get your freaking real estate license. Become an agent. Do your time as an agent. And then become a broker. You can do all that, I believe, in 2 years. Correct me, guys, in the comments below. But I believe that within 2 years, if you actively work, you can. It might be 3. Correct me in the comments below to the real estate agents out there. Okay, I believe that you can become a broker in 3. It might be 3. Might not be 2. It might be 3. I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can do it quickly by putting your head down, going to work, and studying. Whatever it is that you have your heart's desire set on. Get off social media, get off those platforms, and you're going to see what I'm saying. And you're going to be like, this dude wasn't bullshit and he wasn't lying to me. It's going to open up your brain. They say we only use, as human beings, 1% of our brain. And I believe that. I really believe that, because if you start moving as if you have no limitations, you're going to start seeing the things I see. You're going to start viewing the world through my eyes. When I look at something, I think to myself, says who? Says who? And I really mean that. Who says that I can't turn this damn apartment complex, or I can't turn this old building into 4 units? Or who says this, or whatever it is that you're trying to do? It doesn't matter. Who says that I can't take this empty lot right here and make it into a small car lot? Who says I can't do that? Who says that I can't start a landscaping company, a lawn service? Who says I can't build a roofing company with just me and 3 workers and turn it into, a multi-million-dollar business? Who says that? Says who? Move as if you have no limitations to your abilities. And I really mean that. If you believe that, you can accomplish and achieve anything you want to in this life. Anyways, man, I can keep going. And I thank you guys, each and every one of you, for being here. I thank you guys for engaging with me. I love you to death. I really want to see each and every one of you happy, healthy, and wealthy. I want to see you freaking grow. If you start to build momentum for yourself and you start to attract any form of success, leave it in the comments below. I definitely want to hear about it. I thank each and every one of you guys so much. I really, really do. And I'll just keep the videos coming, man. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great night. All right, take care.